with a makeup tutorial explaining how I got this look. This look is basically a simple makeup look for me. I usually stay like around warm colors on my eyes, and I pretty much do the same routine. So if you've seen one of my makeup tutorials, you pretty much won't see much of a difference. What I do change is the variation of colors I use on my eyes, my eyelashes, and my lips. But for the most part, everything is pretty much the same. So if you want to see how I got to this look, stay tuned and keep watching. So I did my brows and primed and moisturized off camera. And if you want an updated or a more detailed eyebrow routine, you can check out one of my other videos and you will see how I get my eyebrows to look the way that they do. Now, I usually start with an eyeshadow primer, and with this eyeshadow primer, it'll make the colors pop on your eye. You get the best use of the color pigmentation when you use the primer. And the eyeshadow primer that I use is a NYX eyeshadow primer. It's like the neutral color. They only have this in white. This neutral color, white and black. So I prime my whole eyelid. Make sure you get a lot on there. No streaks. And yeah. Now that I've prepped my eyes to put eyeshadow, I usually go in with the Juvia's Nubian palette for my eyes. And for my creases, I use windshield wiper motion. And the colors that I usually use are neutral colors. You want to use colors that are closer to your skin tone, because when you do that, it helps the transition between different colors. Now, a lot of people make a mistake thinking that you use one color on your eye, but in reality, you use 2 to 3, maybe even 4 colors on your eye before you get the actual color you want. So you want to start off with that crease and put a neutral color on there like I've done. Even though this color is not exactly the same color as my skin tone, it's very close and it's a very neutral color. Now for my eyelid, I'm using a shimmery orange brownish color. Like I said earlier, this is a go-to makeup routine that I use because it's simple. It gives me enough pop, but it doesn't do too much. I try to keep my eyeshadow colors very simple because I'm actually not really very comfortable with color. I don't want to look clownish, and so I do simple looks and colors I think complement my skin tone. Again, I use the Juvia's Place primer. It's the Nubian eyeshadow. And it's a palette, and I use that palette to get my eyes. Now, I'm just looking to see if I got enough color on there. And I think I did. It's a fiery orange. Now, what you see me doing is I'm lining my eyes, but this is actually a glue pen. It's an eyelash glue pen. And for people who are having trouble with placing lashes, this may or may not help, because what you do is you line you do your liner where the eyelashes would fall, and you put it on there. I only use 1 coat, but some people use 2 or 3. And you use that liner to put your lashes on. You don't have to use glue, but I always put glue on it for extra hold. And when I tell you that with the eyelash glue pen and eyelash glue, my lashes last all day. I don't get any movement on the edges. And while I let that glue dry, I will be putting concealer under my eyes. And I use the MAC concealer palette. And that palette has about 8 colors of concealer, different concealers. And there's so many concealers that you can use. My favorite is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour palette. However, that is discontinued. And so I had to like find different kinds of things that I can use to replace it. Nothing is better than that palette. But, I'm still like, researching and trying other things that work. The formula on this MAC palette is pretty good. I would want more than one of these. Even though it has 8 colors, they definitely had a warm and neutral palette, and I got the warm palette. I would go back and get the neutral. Now back to the tutorial. So when you highlight under your eyes, I like to use the shape that I'm using right now, and I go under my eye. Depending on how dramatic of a look, I bring it down all the way down to my cheekbones. Now, if I want something simple, I won't bring it down, and I won't bring it, sometimes I bring it all the way up to my hairline. Now on my forehead, I basically highlight right on top of my brows and do like a upside down U on it. And this color is very bright, and so if you're looking at this, it looks crazy, and I tell people this all the time. It looks crazy, but once everything is blended in, it will look perfect. Most people now usually use this time to bake, and they will put a powder over this. I don't do that because I'm not going for the dramatic look. But if I was to go into a wedding or a special occasion, I would actually put the setting powder on. I'm now placing my lashes on my eyelid. Remember, I used the eyelash glue pen along with my actual lashes, my lash glue. And it's a little hard to put lashes on camera, so I'm sorry that you can't see me actually putting it on. The camera didn't catch it. I looked down too low. But I can always give a close-up tutorial on how to actually put lashes. Now I am applying my foundation. I usually use a combo when it comes to foundation. I like different types of foundation. Full coverage, but on most days where I'm not going really anywhere special, I use a tinted moisturizer, and that is the NYX Bare Skin Moisturizer. I mix that with my Believe Beauty foundation from Dollar General, which has a satin finish, and the combination is bomb. As you can see, it gives me a satin finish. It blends well with my skin complexion. And when picking foundations, for me, I prefer, although they tell me that I am neutral, I prefer to have a more foundation that is on the warmer tone, which is more red than anything. And so now what you see me doing is using my NW45 pressed powder from MAC. And I am blending out the highlight and my foundation. And remember when I told you before that it would look crazy, but once you blend it in, it would all make sense. Now I am putting a blush from Juvia's Place, and I will be highlighting on top of that blush. Now, with the placement of the brush, you want to put it on the high part of your cheekbones, as you can see where I put them, and put the highlighter on top of that. That is a new technique that people have been using in the past couple of years. Before, you weren't putting your blush up that high. So you really only see your blush if they're looking from the side profile and not the front. Now, for the lips, I usually, when I pick a lip gloss, I usually pick a lip gloss that complements whatever I'm wearing on my eyes. So this lip gloss is a nude butter gloss from NYX. It's Tiramisu. I love that shade. That shade is actually very pretty. It goes with a lot, and that's why most of the time you'll see me with that shade. And as you can see, it's neutral, but it gives a little tint and lightness. And that is the completed look. If you have any questions, please leave some comments. And I will be listing all of the products in the description bar. But this is my go-to makeup look. It's simple. It does what it's supposed to. And it looks good. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.